Oh, the wealth management firm Bessemer Trust that was set to take over as a co-conservator of Britney Spears' estate, along with her dad, has seemingly had a change of heart after the public outrage around the way that Britney Spears called that conservatorship abusive in a hearing just a few weeks ago. And for more on what that means for Britney Spears here, I want to bring on Yahoo Finance's Alexandra Canal. And Ali, as we looked at it, I mean, obviously, this has captured a lot of attention here after we heard from Britney herself. Maybe not surprising that you might see Bessemer Trust saying, look, we don't necessarily want to be a part of this.
It's surprising, especially to see a financial company in a conservatorship arrangement like this back out so quickly. But it does come on the heels of her explosive testimony on June 23rd, where she called the arrangement conservatorship an abusive one. In a court filing obtained by Yahoo Finance, Bessemer Trust said the following, quote, the conservatee claimed irreparable harm to her interest in her testimony, and more specifically, the conservatee's objection to the continuation of the voluntary conservatorship and her desire to terminate the conservatorship. Petitioner has heard the conservatee and respects her wishes. So basically saying there, they don't want to be involved in this anymore. They thought it was voluntary. They did go on to say that they have not acted as a conservator. They have not made any decisions. They have not collected any fees. But a lawyer that I spoke with said that this really accelerates the ultimate question of whether or not this conservatorship should really be in place in the first place. That's something that Britney didn't want. Back in November of 2020, she said she would not perform again if her father was the sole conservator of her estate. And in response, the judge basically put Bessemer Trust as co-conservator. And at the time, a lot of people thought that was a win. You had another set of eyes on things. But now we're back to square one with Jamie Spears in complete control. There is another court hearing on July 14th, but it remains to be seen whether or not another co-conservator would be appointed. There has to be a petition filed by Spears and her attorney if they want another co-conservator. And then in the background of all of this, Britney signaled that she wants the conservatorship to end altogether. But in order to do that, once again, you need another petition, which has not yet been done. So this is something that has been ongoing. Certainly the Free Britney movement, all the social media backlash that has added some fuel to the fire here. And it's something that the public is watching very closely. And certainly all eyes are going to be on that July 14th court hearing.
Yeah, Ali, it's incredible to see the attention and the coverage on this case, even those who typically would not have followed Britney Spears, largely because if you talk about conservatorships, we've seen these cases before related to the elderly. When they can't necessarily, or it's deemed that they can't necessarily make their own decisions anymore. I mean, what have you been hearing about how different this particular case is and what kind of precedent it could set?
Exactly. Historically, conservatorships are for older people, people that can't make their own decisions. And there hasn't been a lot of precedent for a 39-year-old working mother, seemingly capable, mentally able to communicate, to understand what is happening to her. And that's where this issue lies. There's not a lot of case law. So the lawyers and the people around this case are really just going along with things as they come and sort of taking things as they come and trying to go from there. Now, there's a lot of things that could happen if she does decide to file this petition to terminate the conservatorship. It could potentially go to a jury trial. And in that case, there would have to be some sort of gross negligence demonstrated on the part of Jamie Spears in order for her to end this conservatorship and to gain her freedom back. But this is something that the court takes very seriously. You're talking about people's civil liberties, their freedoms, their rights. I'm sure there are things that we as the public are not seeing, but I think because of how high profile this case is and how it really could set a precedent for other people in Britney's situation, other young adults, I do think there's going to have to be some leeway here and the public is going to have to be clued in. Britney Spears, she has $60 million to her name. She's been working under the terms of this conservatorship, several albums, a tour in Las Vegas, lingerie line, perfume line. So she is someone that has demonstrated that she has not only survived and amid this conservatorship, but as many of her fans have said, she has thrived. So that's where the issue lies. And that's why a lot of lawyers are really confused as to why she's still under the confines and the restrictions of this arrangement. So again, July 14th, that court hearing, hopefully we get a few more answers there.